again, everybody. This is Migueltio, the North Korean Latino, and today is a big day for Puerto Ricans everywhere, the day of the National Puerto Rican Parade. Mainly in New York City, but here in Utica they have a barbecue to celebrate today because since that parade has gone national, the event is spread over to events all over the country. Parades, barbecues, and things like this, all to celebrate Puerto Rican heritage. And here in Utica, we've got nothing different but celebrating that heritage. And this is the booth set up by Custer's Crush's Barbershop. They put out a booth every year with the latest Puerto Rican bling bling and other Latino events to have for sale. They have a little store on Mohawk Street in Utica, as well as their barbershop on Mohawk and on Whitesboro Street. And the kids have a lot of fun in the bounce house they put up every year at this barbecue event. This is for the community, folks. What the Puerto Rican parades and events around the country are supposed to be for the community. And the piece de resistance of this festival is la barbacoa, el cochino, if you want, the pig. Done in a traditional Puerto Rican style way. Yes, they're using a modern barbecue grill, not a spit, but they pretty much have spit materials put on it, getting it ready for today's food, for today's celebration. And you have another booth here, getting stuff on the grill, chicken, pork, kebab, anything you want. It's all about fun. It's all about coming out and representing today. Here in Utica, corner of Bleecker and Nichols. And you can see people got their vehicles decorated today. It's all about showing the pride. And they even got flags on the poles down Bleecker Street. Nothing wrong with that on a day like today. It's like any other festival, you know what I'm saying? Well, that was certainly a fun afternoon at the barbecue for the Puerto Rican Day Parade event in Utica. And sometimes after a long day and a nice dinner, you want to have some kind of dessert, but you don't want to go crazy for hours and hours on end. Well, a Boricua recipe that is totally awesome is Budin de Calabaza. Is pumpkin pudding. Now I know here in the United States we think of pumpkin is October, November, but you know, they eat all kinds of foods throughout the year in Puerto Rico. I mean, you know, you think of that lechon asado that was on there today on the spit. We think of that at Christmas time, but they're having it any time. Same thing with, I don't know, Tito Puente's famous ensalada de bacalao that he perfected down in Puerto Rico. And that's a big Christmas time recipe, but in the summertime as well. Well, you can have pumpkin anytime you want, really. It doesn't have to be for Halloween or Thanksgiving time and all that. But a nice pumpkin pudding like this is a special dessert regardless of the time of year. So get yourself about 2 pounds of pumpkin, which is one of those large size cans if you don't have fresh pumpkin to chop up and cook. Okay? Stir in the bowl. Add 3 eggs, 3/4 of a cup if you're using the phony eggs, which is good for me here. Stir that all together. So it folds in. Two tablespoons of butter, melted. And once you got those things stirred together, you're going to need to get yourself about 1/3 of a cup. While you're doing all this, have your oven preheated to 400. Because you need 1/3 a cup of a few things here. 1/3 a cup of flour. You can use whole wheat flour like I do, or any kind of flour you want. It's good for it, you know. Put it in. Stir that together. I mean, you know, we get used to the seasonal things as very strict to those seasons. This isn't for summer, this isn't for winter. But if place in Puerto Rico where it's tropical all time of year, anything goes. Whether it be piraguas, whether it be chocolate, whether it be coconut, anything. Winter, summer, have some, you know what I'm saying? There's a cup of Utica, sugar. Didn't quite get a third, so try to estimate it. There we go, that's about right. That away. Stir it in. Obviously getting nice and mixed and sweet and yum. And get yourself some milk out of the fridge. Preferably skim milk because that's the kind for you. Put the percent aside. Get that skim milk out of there. Got it, see? Coming back over. And it's a third a cup of milk. So it's like making a pudding of any kind of homemade pudding you can imagine. This is pumpkin. Also add to that half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Take a teaspoon, man, you get a half in there. There you go. And when you do your measures, you know, don't spare yourself. Get a good, nice heaping measure of something. Whatever you cook. You gotta make your ingredients go into that thing. Don't skimp out. So stir it around. Looks like your typical pumpkin pudding of other times of year. What is the Boricua recipe? I'm sure it's going to be very good. Compared to any pumpkin pudding or pumpkin pie or pumpkin fritters, any recipe you've ever had. Calabaza is a pumpkin. Then you're going to put it in a baking dish. Grease that baking dish. Oven's all preheated. Spray it with non-cooking spray. And spoon that into the baking dish. Get every bit you can out of there. You don't want to leave it for waste, you know? You're making this, you don't want to leave half of it in a bowl and throw it out. Spread it even over the baking dish. I'm trying to remember, my daughter brought home a pumpkin pudding recipe a few Thanksgivings ago. I don't remember if that was the same as this or if that was on the stovetop kind of pudding like a lot of homemade puddings are, where you boil this and you boil that and everything. Honestly, can't remember. It's been a while. Oh, there it is. Try to spread it nice and even across so you don't have a big hill in the middle of it, you know what I'm saying? And with your oven preheated at 400, and you just heard that little buzzer go off that it's ready to go, 40 minutes in the oven. And we'll see you later. Oh, it's done already. Time to get that sucker out of the oven. Oh, look at that. Nice and firm. Ready to eat. Well, this is Budin de Calabaza, pumpkin pudding, Puerto Rican pumpkin pudding. An awesome end of the day after an awesome long day out on the parade route, if you were in New York, or if you're in Utica at the barbecue, or anywhere where you've been celebrating the Puerto Rican heritage this weekend. I hope everybody has a great summer ahead. Because like they've been saying in the New York Daily News, time is marching on. Forward march, folks, like at the parade today. If you got your Viva issue last week in the Daily News like I did. Time is marching on. It's going to be the middle of the summer. It'll be fall before you know it, you know. But we got to do everything we can to have a good time in between. This is Migueltio, the North Korean Latino. Buen provecho. Until next time, have some dessert. You deserve it after a long day.